Hello everybody and welcome back to Cities, where apparently I didn't select cities for OBS. That is great. We're off to a fantastic start here. We were still on Kerbal Space Program, but let's swap that over, and this is a perfect start. I love it. Okay, let's get this transition done correctly. There we go. It's like it never happened. Perfect. We've got a bunch of problems here. Specifically, we've got a sick person and some garbage issues over here. Now, looking at this situation here, we've also got a little bit of crime over here. We do expect this to clean up a little bit. Well, actually, this has cleaned up a little bit. They can easily make their way in and out of this area now. The main problem here appears to be a backup that is happening in this region. Now, that's unsurprising. We've got some problematic areas over here for sure. One thing that we could do is we could address this intersection here, and I think that that's a good thing to do. But I also want to check in, how much does it cost to construct a medical clinic? 10,000? Okay, so we're going to need some cash for that. There's also some fire spreading over here. We've got another forest fire going on, but you can see that we've got a number of fire stations on that right now, and our fire helicopters should be heading over there. Yeah, they're heading over there now. Okay, so that should in theory be under control-ish, or as under control as a forest fire can get. So that's fine. As we develop this area more, forest fires will be less likely over here, because we'll be able to handle it all from the road, so that'll be good. Ah, right. Power. Power was an issue for us. We do need to do something about that. And that is a pretty high priority. Advanced wind turbine is probably the next thing that we need to go for. I think so. But I really do want to deal with this situation. What is our best method of dealing with that? Well, one thing I would like to do is have an intersection come in like this and then go underground. Now, we can't have that happen like that. But maybe we could have it come up over like this direction and curve up over here and go underground. Oh, actually, in theory, that works. It's a little awkward. And then we can have it come around over this way. And then that slope too steep. Well, we would need to get rid of this section here. And have it come around kind of like this, sticking on this slope so that we don't have slope too steep. And then it comes up over like this way. We don't actually want this to be going this direction, by the way. We want this to come the other way, not like that. Like that. We want this to come this direction. And then we would simply bring an off-ramp, kind of like, not in the road upgrade tool, kind of like, oh, we're lacking money for this. I suppose. That's currently slope too steep, but we would have this come up and be like this, in theory. We need 2520 for that. So that's okay. And then we would connect that in right down over this way. Yeah, like this. So 2520, we should have that fairly soon. Let's go ahead and bump this up to maximum speed for the time being. And let's just get that cash. Yes, we're going to need to spend this cash on other things, but that's fine. Okay. Any moment now. Yes, tunnels are expensive. This is true. So we'll put it in over this way, and we have enough as of now. There we go. So we enter the tunnel here, and we come out over here. I like it. We can now get rid of this connection here, and we can put in simply a highway on-ramp here. So this highway on-ramp, it would come this direction. And yes, we would end up bulldozing that location. But for now, that's okay. And that should clean this up pretty dramatically, in all honesty. Now, what about if they want to go from here this way? That is something we need to think about. I'm thinking about up over here. And yes, I see the demand over here. We'll get to that in a bit. I'm thinking about up over this way, though. Redoing this power here, because this power is a bit inefficient. Yes, we're going to need to reconnect that. But if we were to take this up over this direction, take it underground, we would actually be able to get it underground, like right here? That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right at all. Yeah, that's not right. Okay. We would want to take it in up over this direction and get this underground, like up over here-ish. Yeah, something like this. Okay. Yes, I know that we don't have power over here, and this kind of breaks our whole power structure. We're going to get enough power in a moment. Or enough money to get this done. Oh, we're currently negative and going further negative. Yikes. We're going heavily negative here right now. Okay, I'm not sure what's causing that, but we're going to need to take out a loan here. And the loan exists for one express purpose. We are going to do that number. I'm also going to spend cash on putting in another windmill up over here. That's 19 megawatts. I would like it to be 20. So right there would do. Okay, so that'll boost up our electricity production. I also want to put in a medical clinic, but we don't have the cash. So for now, we're going to do that and get all of that powered up. Cool. So this is, of course, going to have to get connected up over this way, and that would come in over here. Kind of like this. We're back to being positive in cash. That's really good. And then we would bring this up and connect it in somewhere over this way. Kind of like that. There. Now there's a good way to come this direction from this commercial district. That should do the trick. And they're already using it. Beautiful. So that should clean up our traffic here quite a bit. This traffic, there's not a lot of traffic that goes on these side roads, so I'm not too concerned about that right now. I'm a little concerned about what's going on over here. I mean, this is good. I'm okay with this. This is less good. Maybe we should only have the way to get into this area in and out over here, because we've already got this set up. It's a possibility. So we could simply get rid of that. Kind of like that. So they have to come down over this way. That's a possibility, for sure. Oh, and there's this up here that we'd want to get rid of. There we go. We just don't want to have those crossroads. They worked okay when our traffic was lower, but they definitely don't work right now. Okay, so what do we got going on up here right now? Not a whole lot. Good. So we do still have some dead people and some sickness over this way. We do need to address that, and as soon as we have the cash, we will. So that'll take a little time. I also want to come down over here. The rain put out this fire, but I want to come in over this way and put in a road. Something like... I mean, this curve is not really what I want. I want this road to be somewhat straight. Yeah, we can take the straight line road tool and have this come in over... I hate that positioning. Okay, we can have it come in like over to here and then figure out what we want to do with this a little bit later. But we could have this... Actually, this could just come in straight like that now. Sure, that'll work just fine. And with that, we're, of course, going to be able to put in quite a lot of industrial over here. This will all, in theory, still be part of our tree area. But I think we need to expand our tree area down to the south. Let's take a look at that. Districting. That's not districting. Districting. Yes. So this area needs to be down to, like, this tree line. Kind of like that. We're going to want to back it off. Oh, that was not what I wanted. We're going to want to back it off a little bit off of this beach because the beachfront will be primarily office space. But there we go. That'll get us some nice industrial, which we have a lot of demand for. So we definitely need to do that. How's our water looking up here? Okay, we're going to definitely want to run a water pipe up over this way. We're lacking in a little bit of money, but we can get that done. That'll cover that entire area. And then another water pipe over this way. Oh, hello. Fantastic. We reached a population of 8,000. I was not expecting that right then, but sure. We'll come on in like that and get that entire area watered. Okay, so with this cash, what do we want to do? First thing I want to do is I want to get a medical clinic up on this municipal island. There we go. So we'll put in a medical clinic there, and that will send some ambulances down. There they go. We've already got 2 ambulances in use. Of course, we're going to need to deal with this intersection issue, but I do want to set these to have priority. So we want to check these intersections here. This needs to have a stop sign. This needs to have a stop sign. These here are completely fine as they are. We want those to be or actually this one needs a stop sign. This needs to be priority here. So we set the priority there and stop sign here, and here. I'm surprised. Is this one way? Oh, this is an on-ramp that we have here. Right, and so is this. Okay, that's fine. We're going to want those to have stop signs there so that they hopefully don't disrupt the flow of traffic through here. Hopefully. But eventually, we're going to need to handle that. Well, one thing that we could do is we could do that right now. We could eliminate these ramps. Oh, we're lacking water in this medical clinic. That might be helpful to have water in a medical clinic. We'll go ahead and do that. And then one thing that we can do is we can go underground again, like we have been. And we can come out like over this direction. Jump underground. Yes, this will destroy this power line. That's okay. And then that can come up over this direction. We can freeform it. And that can come up over here. And then over here. And then connect in something like that. In theory. I kind of don't love this corner that we've got going on here. Yeah, I don't love that corner at all. The recycling center is kind of the problem there. I'm going to just relocate it up over here. And we are then going to try connecting that in a little bit more, like, roundly. I mean, we could connect it in over here, I suppose. So keep it underground as we come through over, like, this way. And then have it mirror what we've got over here and just connect in over this way. That slope too steep there. I wasn't exactly expecting that. Okay, let's back that off a little bit, and then we connect it in kind of like that. So we're kind of mirroring this. Kind of. Then, do we have a way, if we're over here, to go this way? Well, yes, we go like that. But what if we're going this way and we want to come over on this side? We don't have a way to do that. So we're going to need an off-ramp over here. And that'll need to go underground. But we'll need this to go a little more deeply underground. Because we need to go underneath this ramp. And then under it on this side as well. And then we'll come up over this way-ish. And try to connect in over here. Yeah, I was afraid about that crematorium. Can we slot that over a little bit? Yes, we can. Perfect. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then we can try to connect this in over here. Yeah, that's all slope too steep. I'm unsurprised about that. So we're going to pull this back and try this again. We're going to bring this up as quickly as we can. We may have to bring it out over this way. That's a little awkward to be sure. Yeah, this is way too fast to link in over this way. For sure. Okay, so we'll need to solve this problem, of course. We could have it connect down here instead. I would rather not. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to bring this back, and we're going to have it come down over this way, and then loop up like this, and then over like this, and then connect in right here. That's much better. Okay, now, of course, we need a power connection here. So I'm going to move this power line. And we'll have this power line connect in right here. And then we'll have this power line connect in like that. So now we have a way, if you're here, to go this side. If you're here, to go to this side. In theory. Emphasis on in theory. They can go this way to go here, and then they can go this way to go here. They can go this way here, and then they can go this way here. Yes. Both directions can go both directions. If that makes any sense whatsoever. It probably doesn't, if I'm honest. So that's great. We've got that under control. I do want to repay this loan here. Actually, we could repay this loan. But this one's better for us because the weekly cost is quite a bit higher. So we're going to repay that one. And that's fantastic. We can always retake that loan, but for right now, we don't need to. We do have a power issue out over here. I'm a little bit unsurprised by that. We can run a power line over this highway, perhaps. That'll do for now. Not exactly too sightly, but it'll do for the moment. So at this point, we do require additional commercial. That is definitely something that is needed. And looks like the hearse handled this scenario over here. We're waiting to see what ends up happening with these vehicles. If this cleans up. I do expect that it will clean up somewhat, but since we have dead people waiting for transport here as well, and we've got sick people up over this way, I think it's pretty clear that we need more medical clinics here. Well, this one only has 2 patients right now. The other one has 68, so we're doing reasonably okay as far as that goes. Of course, for the ambulances to get this direction, they have to come out here into, actually it's into this tunnel, and then out here, and then down this way. It's a little awkward, but it works. And then, of course, they can connect in over this way and over this way. So that should do for now. We do need a little bit more commercial. We'll keep an eye on this sickness situation. We may need to have medical clinics a little closer. Like, we could put one potentially here. That is a possibility. But for now, this one is only at 5 patients right now. We'll see if this cleans up over the next little while. We have some patients over here as well. Now, this is likely because of this traffic jam here. Okay, so it looks like a lot of this is caused by this going down to a single lane, trying to merge this together. One thing we could definitely do is upgrade this to a 2-lane, one-way road. Like that. Widen that up, and that should give us more lanes that can move onto this highway. And then we'll see if our bottleneck is here, which it probably will end up being here. This will help this bottleneck anyway. What do we have for controls here? This is... Okay, there we go. This is what I wanted to see here. So this needs to be priority. This needs to have a stop sign, and actually a stop sign. And let's have this just be yield. Okay. Are they all trying to get into this far lane? I believe they are. This intersection here is likely problematic because it's eating up a lot of space here. One thing we could do is we could take out this section. This is a residence. Okay. We could take out this section here and instead have this road move up with the freeform tool. Move up over this way to still provide most of this territory here. Most of it. But that moves the intersection to be back here rather than on this highway. We could do the same thing, actually, and merge these two together into a single intersection. And that's probably a good concept. So then this would connect up like that into just the one intersection. And then this intersection might not be a bad idea to have be stoplighted. We can try that and see how that goes. So, yeah, traffic lights. There we go. So we'll put some traffic lights in there, see how that goes. This intersection would likely also be a good one to traffic light. We could also just remove this area right here. If we did that, how would you get onto this highway? They would go all the way around like this, in theory. Well, and they could also do that. They could take that ramp. Okay, and then they could come down this direction if they needed to. Yeah, I think we're going to get rid of that little chunk of road. Something like that. So this is now going to go down to 2 lanes, yes. Or really 1 lane, because it's monodirectional. But there's not going to be any stop here. Okay. That should flow a fair amount better, I think. So that looks better. Reasonably, anyway. I want to make sure this is all zoned dense. Everything over here, anyway. There we go. We'll get that all zoned. Now, as far as commercial goes, we wouldn't mind starting another commercial island over here. That said, we do have space on this island-ish. Not much over here. There's a little up this way, but most of this is used up by the tunnels. So I think we should get started over on this side. Yeah, we're losing population right now. That is only because we are we demolished a few houses over here. That's the primary reason there. I want to check in on our medical clinic here. 8 of 8 in use, 67 patients. Over here, 6 of 8 in use, 18 patients. Okay, I think that this sickness problem is getting under control. I believe. I'm just watching this line of cars right here. They seem to be moving reasonably fine. Buddy, that was not a good yield. That was an ambulance, too. Does he have his lights on? I think that ambulance does not have its lights on. Fair enough. Okay. Sure. Well, we know that we need a yield sign over this way, so let's go ahead and do that. Or, well, yeah, it should be a yield. So a yield right here. There we go. This is cleaned up, though. A lot of this is still from this situation up here. Yeah, going down to the single lane is not ideal. That's for sure. Where does this tunnel connect to? Nowhere. It connects to absolutely nowhere. I believe one of the plans was to have it come down over this way and connect here. But for now... Let's see here. We want to relieve some stress on this merge down, right? Well, there's no point in having this be 2 lanes. Having this be bidirectional. That's the word I'm looking for. There's no point. So having that be a one-way would work a lot better. That's for sure. Another thing that we could do is have this flow in here instead. That would probably be a lot better as well. So we'll take that on out of there, and we will grab ourselves our freeform road tool, and we'll just build it in like that. Yeah, we're going to be bulldozing a lot of locations, but that's okay. Now, this is currently set to one way, yes. We don't need that anymore, actually, if we're going to have this flow in like that. So that should be reasonably fine. We'll have it do this instead. Traffic will take a little bit to figure out what's going on there. We'll see if that cleans it up much. And in the meantime, we're going to have to rezone this in case anything wasn't zoned. But there we go. That definitely flows a lot better. It makes a lot more sense. And they can go either direction here and end up at the exact same intersection. I love it. This intersection should likely be stoplighted, I think. I'm just thinking about that. Our flow off of the highway has improved dramatically, though. I mean, we've got a bit of a backup over here, but I expect that to clean up as this cleans up a bit. Of course, that's in part because this is stoplighted. So that's okay for now. Quite a bit of traffic going up this way, but that's fine. We'll check back in with this traffic in a little bit. We can come down here and get rid of these abandoned structures. We still have a need of education here, so I wouldn't mind checking in. Okay, we need a new elementary school, and I think one out over this way makes a lot of sense. We can put it right here. Okay, high school we're doing fine on, and university we should be as well. Yeah, we're doing just fine on university. So we'll put in a new elementary school out over here. That should help out our education issues. I definitely want to get started on building a commercial district over here. So one of the best ways to do that would be to get this bridge eliminated so that we can get a ferry over here. That's definitely something we need to think about. I also wouldn't mind getting a recycling center or something out on this island. This island getting developed as a municipal island would be a good thing. So we can think about that. That said, we do have some sickness over here still. And over here. Okay. Checking in on this medical clinic. 8 of 8 and 27 patients. So it's not patient storage that we're having issues with right now. It is instead not patient storage at all. It is simply picking up the patients. And our traffic is flowing a whole lot better. It has drastically improved. There's no doubt about that. Okay. I wouldn't necessarily mind stoplighting this. I think this stoplighted would be a good plan. Let's go ahead and do that, and we are going to... Perfect. We're going to toggle traffic lights there. We're not going to do timed traffic lights there, I don't think. We're just going to do regular traffic lights. Cool. We could think about having this be a one-way road just so that we can get higher traffic throughput here. Just like this stretch of it. We could think about that. And that might not be a terrible idea. That gives plenty of time for people to turn off here, for them to turn off here, turn off here. We can try it and see how it goes. So we upgrade that to a one-way, like so. And that gives us an additional lane. Almost everyone is going this way as it is. So this other lane was basically wasted. So let's see how that goes. And yeah, this is backed up a little bit here, but that's just because they're waiting for the traffic light. Cool. Well, now basically everyone is using this lane because they want to go down Walker Street to potentially take this bridge. Yeah, that's fair enough. We do have enough population now to get that cargo harbor, and I would very much like to do that, but I think we're missing out on cash for that right now. Yeah, that's like 60,000. That's pretty expensive. We'll have to hold off on that for a little bit here, but it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode we will continue to enhance some of these areas, and our traffic flow is much improved. I'm very happy about that. That has helped a lot. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, Sigma162, JJ Gamer, Spartan News, Rose Valentine, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.